that makes me think as we're going through this, you've provided some really great usable tools and information of things that I could do. Okay. Any employer could do to boost, that employee relationship to their experience. How do you remember all this stuff? And how do I'm just like, if I'm somebody listening to this, I might be getting a little overwhelmed with how do you put this together? What is your secret to helping people to think through all this stuff and turn it into usable pieces of information and not, one more thing, there's how many times we start doing something, it works so well, we stop doing it. So how do I keep from that happening?
Michael, fantastic question. Couple things come to mind. Number one, before we can really look at ways to improve our employee experience, we have to have a clear understanding of what it currently is. So the first thing you're going to want to do is sit down with these 8 phases and say, what are we doing right now in this phase? I will tell you, I have spoken to audiences on all 7 continents. I've done workshops with crowds that range from, a half a dozen people to thousands of people. And here's what I know. I have yet to find an employee in any organization that can track the full employee journey accurately by themselves. There are too many handoffs that happen in an organization. There's too many different ways of doing it. There's not enough consistency, enough uniformity, enough procedure and process that it's kind of all over the place. So step 1, get a map of what reality is. 9 times out of 10, that map alone will be worth its weight in gold. Somebody can look at it and go, oh my gosh, look at how many problems we have. Look at how we could just fix the things that are on the map would be a year's worth of effort.
Yeah.
But then we say, how could we make this journey better? Now, when we make it better, a couple things happen. We either take things that are currently on the map and remove them, because sometimes we're just doing too much. Sending that new employee 78 emails on their first day, too much. You're choking them. Stop. Don't do that. Sometimes we have to add something in because there's a gap. Oh, that affirm phase. Nothing's happening during that new hires remorse. We need to put a contact in. And other times we need to take things that are happening in one phase and move them to another phase. What do I mean by that? Most organizations have a tendency to overwhelm their employees in the first day or 2 on the job. What do you really need to know at the end of day 1? Do you really need to know the details of the 7-year stock option vesting policy that you don't become eligible for until you've been at the firm for a year? You don't need to know that on day 1. Don't spend any time on that on day 1. In fact, one of the companies I profile in the book, Pila, does this amazing job of doing the benefits review on day 30. Not on day 1. Because on day 1, there's so much other stuff I'm dealing with. Let me get into it. Let me feel it. It's not going to make a difference whether I've made the proper election on my paycheck withholding in the first 2 paychecks.
Yeah.
We can come at that on day 30 and have a much better conversation about it. So get the clear map, look at the map, figure out what you need to do going forward. And now you've got a whole list of things. And then to your point, Michael, prioritize. Pick 2 or 3. Get them in place, get them systematized, get them automated, get them codified, live with it for a while. See how it works in the real world. Great. Now go back to the list and pick 2 more things. Don't try to do all of it at once, because what'll end up happening is you'll do none of it.
Yeah. We call that, when we're coaching, progress, not perfection. Good is good enough.
Absolutely.
You just have to gut it out a little bit, right?
Absolutely. And I also like the idea of recognizing that, in the immortal words of Cervantes, it's not about the destination. Okay. The inn isn't the goal. The finish line isn't the goal. The goal is the journey. And so when we adopt a philosophy internally that we're never done examining the employee experience, we're on the right track. You're not trying to build this, then set it on autopilot and walk away. No, you're constantly building the ship while you're sailing. And I know that's hard. I empathize with the fact that is difficult to do. But guess what? You're a leader. You signed up to be a leader. You accepted the job to be a leader. You started the business. You're the leader. That's the job of the leader. You have to keep moving forward. You have to be creating the progress and working on things a little bit at a time.